歡迎收睇美國專訊。咁今集嘅節目全部都係同表演有關㗎。咁首先我哋介紹一名棟篤笑演員，佢克服咗身體嘅殘障，並且喺觀眾面前獲得成功。咁下邊係記者詹姆斯嘅介紹。
How's it going, everyone? Hi! Hi! Cool! I did not grow up wanting to do comedy. I grew up wanting to be an actress and wanting to be a writer. I ended up going down a completely different path with design. I didn't know doing comedy was like an option. Like if you watch comedy specials and stuff when you're growing up or I never was like, oh, I want to do that. I didn't think about it at all. I always liked performing and I liked writing and I liked attention in a very specific performance way. That's me! And then I remember I came to a show at DC Improv with my friends, I think in 2017. And I saw the host on stage who was a woman around my age, and I loved what she was doing. I thought she was so cool. She was like using stories from her life to make people laugh, and I was like, oh my gosh, all of these horrible stories could have a point. And it took me like another year to start. You can do this, that's a thing. And I started doing it thinking, oh, I'll try it once or twice and see if I like it, or because I was so nervous about doing it. And then when I started, it, took over my life entirely. I started comedy in 2018. I think it was April 6, 2018. And I started I did an open mic in Arlington, Virginia at this bar called Summers, which has since been demolished. But for a while I just went to the once a week mic. I'm like, well, this will be a thing I do once a week, and then it snowballed from there.
You're pretty good, actually. Every man who's ever sorry, you seem very nice. Every guy I've ever asked, have you been to therapy? They've literally all said, I'm pretty good, actually.
下邊我哋繼續介紹另一名殘疾人士演員，佢同時亦係一名劇作家。佢嘅作品反映出殘疾人士喺生活上面對嘅經歷㗎。咁下邊係記者費多喺紐約嘅報導。
Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me my new philosophy? The teacher gave a D on last week's homework. My theater career began crawling around the living room when I was 2 and 3 years old. I would be watching Disney movie cartoons, princess movies, and just want to act them out. I couldn't walk at the time. My primary mode of transportation was crawling around either on my hands and knees, or later I learned to just crawl on my knees and sort of hobble around that way. And maybe sometimes I would pretend I was Prince Charming, but often I was pretending that I was a princess. Disney movies were my way in. I went to a liberal arts school called Ohio Wesleyan in Delaware, Ohio. At a school where I had a theater scholarship and was encouraged to be a theater major, the professors were having difficulty finding ways for me to fit into the plays that were offered. And I didn't know if it was because I wasn't good enough or because I walked with a walker and they weren't quite sure what to do with somebody who walked with a walker. So then I met Tim Miller, a gay and loudly political and outspoken performance artist. Tim Miller comes to universities still to this day and does these workshops teaching people how to make autobiographical performance. And Tim said, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You are supposed to be telling your own stories. You are supposed to be playing Ryan and not pretending that his name is Tony or Paul or whatever fictional name you make up. You're not supposed to hand it to another actor. You can do it. You can make a career of it. Your voice matters. Your gay, disabled voice matters. And I made a senior project that was called Hi, Are You Single? 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 I know my worth as a performer and storyteller, and I'm not going to say I wasn't willing to give up, because that just sounds like I'm catering to an inspiration porn narrative of empowered disability. And I'm very fortunate, and I've worked very, very hard to get here. And I'm not taking it for granted, but I'm also not surprised because I knew this was where I was meant to be. And I wasn't going to allow anyone to tell me otherwise.
多謝收睇美國專訊，下次嘅節目時間再見。